All right, I just got back from getting my ears lowered, so we got a little haircut here. Anyway, I wanted to just discuss something I think is kind of an interesting concept. So, we're seeing UN wants America to cut back on meat and cut back and, get rid of cows and things like that to save the world from climate change. Now, I personally think that's complete nonsense, but if we're going to carry that out, let's look at some interesting statistics. In the world, there is 1.2, 1.3 billion cattle on planet Earth, right? The largest collection of cattle on Earth is in India, 300 million of them. Now, 200 million of them are beef cattle, and 100 million of them are buffalo. And the cow, is considered a sacred animal in the Hindu faith, right? It's almost considered like it's almost like motherly, like giving, nourishing, things like milk. Many people almost treat them like family members, right? And so if we're going to ask people to kill cows, is effectively what they're going to do. They want you to cull cows. What are you going to do with India? Are you going to tell the Indian population, particularly the Hindu population, that, hey, you need to kill off a lot of these cows that are sacred to you? Are they going to do that, or do you think not? I think probably not. I think they won't have the they'll expect Westerners to, yeah, you guys give up cows, you don't need them, but the rest of the world. In fact, if we look at, the top populations across the world where most of the cattle are, again, as I said, India, 300 million. Number 2, Brazil at about 220 million. Number 3 is actually China. China has 100 million head of cattle, which is, by the way, more cattle than they have in the United States. The United States, we're about 90 million head of cattle. So, interesting, to think about this. Are we going to differentially apply what we're going to expect folks in the West? The EU, which has about 89 or 85 million head of cattle, the U.S., and we're going to ignore China and India in particular. What are we going to do about that? Again, I think it's complete garbage that we're, even talking about reducing the amount of highly nutritious food in the world. We already have a world where, the nutrition we have is either undernourished in still parts of the world, or we're providing malnourishment to the rest of the world. And that goes in the form of cheap ultra-processed foods like we have in the U.S., right? So, again, complete nonsense, push back, fight back. Don't vote for anybody that thinks or agrees with this sort of UN nonsense. And remember, the UN is funded by who? Bill Gates Foundation. All right, guys, hopefully it's coming together for you guys. You guys see the nefariousness, see the evil, see the pure greed that is driving this. There's no altruistic desire to save the world from climate change. It is purely to line someone's pockets at the expense of you and me and everyone we love. You guys have a great one. Talk to you soon.